hear me? When did you get your thing?
They did the surgery, but
Yeah. When do you go back and get the?
in 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought you were getting it this week. I got to
So
the
now I have
to
to
the
find
water
some way to take everyone.
building down here, and I'm like, oh, I'm running. I got it. Okay.
It's less than a half a class.
No, I'm not.
I'm waiting for them to get set up. Do what? On the table, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and we have a mic up there too, okay. Is this on? From back there, okay. So I'm not even on yet. I don't want to start because I think it'll be distracting.
Just get the closed caption turned on.
I mean, we should wait, right?
He should.
Okay. As long as he doesn't pull the laptop off.
I know. And that's my laptop, so if he pulls it off, I'll just call it a day.
John, did you talk to Melissa?
I talked to Melissa this morning.
And everything's go?
Everything's, there was a systems issue. That guy, there was a systems issue.
Okay.
Got oversubscribed. She has called
Okay.
all the people, the 8 people who should be coming.
Okay.
On the 8th, and also
It was, okay, so it was oversubscribed, so I'm gonna just say that, and you should be hearing from Melissa.
Melissa has already called the people who
Okay,
will be
okay,
attending.
okay, perfect.
I was driving around looking for it.
Steve and I just logged into the video this week, so I'm saying out loud. There's no time to run around. So when you leave, it's not.
Okay. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Have you noticed a difference in attendance?
Susan says she can't hear me. Now, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Susan? Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Jacob has just about got the closed captioning going. First orders of business are, if there's an emergency, do not go out these doors. Go out the back doors, continue on out so everyone can get out. And if your neighbors need assistance, please help them. Also, if you would please at least silence your cell phone, if not turn it off. One more order of business that I was informed of is that there's been a request, and I'm not following the request, for everyone to be wearing their name tags. I think with a lot of new residents, they don't know who everyone is, and so there's been a request that our name tags, and I know that's going to be a really difficult thing for me because I get halfway down here and realize I don't have my name tag on. So Anyways, so with that, we're gonna begin, and Jacob's got us going, and Brandon's gonna give his executive director report.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. On that note, I read a thing a couple months ago. The average human can place 150 faces to names. There's over 300 of us, and I've got one person that calls me Brian, and I'm just going to go with it because it's. I said, you know what? There's other names you got to know, so it's good to know. But happy Wednesday. We survived the storms. We got a beautiful day out here today. I've got a couple of good things to go over today. First and foremost, Comcast. I can't believe I'm saying it. Len, I'm looking at you right when I say it because it's been years in the making. But we have Comcast on site doing what was promised. I'm going to let Jacob go through some of the details, but I really do want to give a shout out to Jacob for the years of work he's put into making this happen. And it brings me joy to tell you that for the first time since about COVID times, our residents in Ruston are currently watching this association meeting live via JPTV. So shout out to Jacob for that.
Wow.
And he's going to kill me for saying this, but today is Jacob's birthday, so yeah. Happy birthday, Jacob. But I know I've sent out an email regarding the Comcast updates. Jacob will do that a little bit more in his presentation. We're seeing that it takes about 25 minutes per box to update. So you understand there's a lot of cottages and apartments, so this will take some time, but Jacob will elaborate on that a little bit. Sales. Currently, our occupancy in independent living is 83%. The cottages are 86%. The apartments are 79%. Between now and September 1st, we have 3 new move-ins occurring. That's 17 year to date. A lot more will come with that. In this past month, you've seen a lot of us out there with filming crews, doing interviews, taking pictures, even drone footage. We are updating our marketing and our image to reflect the Jenner's Pond you see now. So I'm excited to show all of that. Once the video's done, I've been promised we're going to have a viewing here in the Allison Theater. Again, thanks to Jacob. We'll put it on JPTV as well. But I'm excited to show you all of that when that comes out as well. Last meeting, but if you see a 6'5" guy with a big smile on his face, that's Brian. You'll get to know him well. His official title is the Assistant Executive Director, so he's my number 2 here at Jenner's Pond. His title as far as Preston goes is he's the official nursing home administrator, so we're excited to have him on board. The speed limit sign, it is here. It will be installed this week. I already, as of 5 minutes ago, have people asking if they can be the first person to speed through it. We're going to do sign-ups for that, okay? But we will have that. We're not going to tell you where we're going to put it. It's going to move in placement, but I'm excited to see what happens with all of that. If you've seen the west parking lot, we are now full steam ahead with the golf center. Holes were dug yesterday. Concrete will be placed today and tomorrow. And as early as Monday of next week, the new golf center will be delivered. We have to get it installed. We have to put equipment in. The township does have to sign off, but we fully expect to have instead of a grand opening, we're going to have a swing away late August. It's going to be fun. Whether you're a golfer or not, we'll encourage you to stop by and see the place. We'll set up transportation. We'll have snacks and drinks outside of the golf center. And it's a really neat thing that we're excited to finally bring home here at Jenner's Pond. Yesterday, the Quarterly Advisory Council met. That council's made up of myself, some Jenner's Pond residents, and some representatives from the local township. We had a representative from West Grove, Christiana, but West Grove Hospital come. And I wanted to go over a couple of the highlights from West Grove Hospital next door. Uh-oh, if I lost my sheet, we're going to forget that. Oh, no, I got it. Okay. So we all know of it. We knew of it as Jennersville Hospital. It is now officially the West Grove Hospital. It's been in effect since August 13th, 2025. That hospital is considered a neighborhood hospital or a micro hospital. It is 22,000 square feet, split in half. Half is the emergency room, half is the inpatient. Year to date, as of June the 30th, they've seen 7,549 patients. 13% of those arrived by ambulance. Historically, hospitals that size, 5 5 to 7% come by ambulance. So they really attribute that to a good relationship with the Medic 94 right next door. Just to give you an idea of diagnoses that they're seeing, the most common diagnoses year to date coming into the ER emergency room is chest pain, urinary tract infections, head injuries. Their top admissions in this order is pneumonia, sepsis, and respiratory failure. They do not have an MRI on site, but they do have a CT. They're using that quite a bit. They've done 64 year to date. And Christiana as a whole, their CEO has now kind of stepped down. She's retired and moved into the board. Not just Westgrove, but all of Christiana. They have a new CEO, and that CEO is right now stepping back to say, let's look at our strategic plan and see if what is happening now is what we intended to happen 5 years ago. So more to come, but they're going to look at where they're at, what they planned, and come back to us, hopefully in the next couple of months, and say, here's where we can see this hospital growing and all of that from there. So it's good to see. And we also met with the township. They had some very exciting things Janet's going to get to go over in a little bit. But one thing I did want to bring out to everyone's attention, starting next Thursday and Friday, Jenner's Pond Road outside from Luther House all the way to Dansko, they're going to start to repave that. So next Thursday and Friday, they're going to do initial ripping up of the ground. The following week, they're going to do the full lane repavement. There will be delays. If you can go out the gated entrance, feel free. If you need to take that road, they will have people there to direct traffic. But weather dependent, they hope to have that completed by the first week of August. So good news, in 2 weeks, we'll have a brand new road right outside of Jenner's Pond. Traffic. And last but not least, I wanted to bring up Jacob, but I got ahead of myself and told you it's his birthday. So again, happy birthday, Jacob, and that's all I have for today. So any questions for me? Cool. Right up front.
Brandon, I have a concern, and I know we've talked about this before. It's still about the garage doors not being notified. I watch them go down Greenbrier, and they just zoom sometimes, just straight down. They're not looking.
Okay.
So our immediate neighbors are kind of making it a point to call each other. But with the inside doors not locked, I think it's important that the garage doors be down.
Yeah, okay, sure, yep. And what I've seen occasionally, and this is not an excuse or what happens all the time, is as Knowlton Mathis is renovating cottages, sometimes they come in early or they come in late and they leave the garage doors open. That's not okay. So we are rounding. We've let security know to let them know as well. So if you see something, please don't hesitate to email me and let me know, because I want to address every issue that happens until it's ingrained in everyone's heads. We need to have these doors shut appropriately. So thank you. Anybody else?
I have one.
Hey.
Is it possible to resolve the issue that in the Allison building, all the apartments' cold waters are hot? Nothing like brushing your teeth with hot water. And that's been since they put in the cafe.
Really?
So
Okay.
something's gotten
Something's up there.
switched.
I'm going to speak out of my knowledge based on that, but I will tell you Steve and his team are aware. I'm going to bring it back. I'll bring it back to the table, of course, and let them know. Thanks for bringing that. I appreciate that. Okay. Good. And I did have one more thing. It's small. When we had that rain last week and we got 3.7 inches of rain in 1 hour, a total of 7 inches in a day, we had a lot of water. Most of it went where it was supposed to. My biggest culprit was behind Allison, where it's so level back there. The water had nowhere to go. Most of you will not even notice this, but in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have some French drains put in to help get the water where it needs to go to prevent that from happening in the future. So, thank you. Anyone notice how dark it got yesterday at 4 o'clock? Gosh, I looked up, I'm like, is it midnight? But anyways, all right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Is this working? Okay. Next is the Simpson Foundation update by Diane.
Good morning, everyone. My report's very brief. The foundation continues to have their monthly happy hours for the committees on campus. Last week, we had a happy hour in the pub for the movie, AV, and the pub patrons and bartenders, which was well attended. Next month, the foundation's going to host a special luncheon we did last year as well for members of the Red Rose Society. The Red Rose Society at Jenner's Pond recognizes generous donors who've included Jenner's Pond in their estate plans. So if you'd like to learn more about the Red Rose Society and how you can make a lasting impact, please let Daphne or me know, and we would be happy to meet with you individually. That's it. Any questions for me? Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Diane. Moving on, we will do the approval of the minutes. They were sent out last night. We have 2 months' worth because we didn't receive the May minutes for the meeting, before the meeting last month. So right now, I'd like an motion to accept the May 27th minutes. Thank you, Lynn. A second? Thank you. All in favor? Does anyone oppose? And then we had the June 24th minutes. Thank you, Lynn. A second? Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Does anyone? Okay, those are approved. Moving on from my report, I'm winging this, so hopefully I'll remember everything. First off, I think we all know that we've lost Evelyn, and I am going to miss her incredibly. She was a dear friend of mine. When we went to her symposium at U of D last year, the topic was resilience. And if that woman didn't embody resilience, I don't know anyone that did. She fought until the very end, and we are going to miss her on the council a lot. We've also decided not to replace her. Her term was up in December of this year, and so by the time that we had somebody seated, it just isn't worth trying to get somebody on board at that point. Leading into that, I have an election committee, so it will consist of Marilyn Asom, Joanne Ball-Kerr, Carrie Baskin, Susan Caldwell, and Mark Bendette. And I encourage all of you to consider running for council next year. We will need 3 new council members, and it will make the election committee's job easier if you. Who's leaving? Well, Evelyn was one, John and Sally are the ones that are going off. Okay, the next thing is there was an announcement that went out yesterday off of the portal that said the event, the financial, I can't even remember what the name of it.
The finances of Jenner's
The finances
Pond.
of Jenner's Pond, that event on August the 3rd, August the 3rd had been canceled. It was a systems error. It has not been canceled. However, it was oversubscribed. And so Melissa has called the people that are signed up for it for August the 3rd, and then there'll be another one on
August 28th.
August 28th. And so the people that were oversubscribed will be moved to the August 28th. Just this, I'm not done yet. Yard waste. There's been some discussion, and we've talked to Brandon about it in council. It is okay for you to put yard waste in your tote. They don't keep it separated out at the landfill, and we do not have a dedicated yard waste dumpster behind the Mundell Center any longer. So if you do take stuff back there, it's okay. You can go ahead and put it in. Just don't take it back there and leave it. And if you have yard waste that you want to be picked up, you can leave it out. It gets picked up eventually, I was very sick of the 250th celebrations, and there's going to have 22 barbecues going to be there, the station ice cream. There's going to be a scavenger hunt, bounces and inflatables. I don't think any of us will be partaking of those, and face painting. But if it's a nice evening, it might be a fun thing to go out and do. And then next Wednesday, on the 29th, they have a new fitness park over there that they received a grant for. And so they're having the ribbon cutting at that. It will be between 10 and noon. And they're going to have a lot of fun stuff going on with that. So check that out. Sunday, August the 2nd, from 11:30 to 2 is Red Rose Rent Day. Also part of the, I think it's part of the 250th celebrations. Every August they do the Red Rose thing because for how, when people were here with Penn, they paid their rent with a red rose. So that's a fun thing to do. And the day before that is Sunset Park Days. It's in the park over here. There's going to be live music, a car show. So those of you that have cars, like they're encouraging you to bring your cars over there. I don't see Charlie here. I'm going to try and catch up with him to take his over. There'll be food trucks, beer and wine, kids' activities, and vendors. And that's from 2 until 6 p.m. on Saturday. And then last, they have a discount ticket program over there where you can get different tickets at, I think it's considerable discounts. I haven't looked into it, but they have the Crayola Experience, Hershey Park, the Philadelphia Zoo, Philly Magic Tours, Tree Tales Adventures, Sesame's Place, Busch Gardens, the Adventure Aquarium, Dutch Wonderland, Maurice Pier, a Museum of the American Revolution, Six Flags. I mean, so if there's like, if you have family coming in and you want to entertain them, they have the means to get you discounted tickets. So those will all be up on the bulletin board. That's all my report.
I have 2 questions.
Wait, Bobby needs a microphone.
I think now I have 2 questions. I'll go from the last one. You said Thursday at the park if you have a car. Aren't there special cars that
Yes.
they're
yes,
asking
yes,
for?
The fancy old cars, it's car show, yes.
Okay, is there a person they contact to ask if they
There
or
is
tell
a
'em-
car show registration, whatever you call those things.
Okay, that flyer.
No, but a QR code. Thank you.
Going back to the financial gathering for members of JP to understand what a nonprofit financially requires and looks like and where the obligations are in that process. Will there be any feedback from the committee of the people attending, how they understood the new information, the questions they had? Were they satisfied that things were better than they may have thought of? Or is this going to have to be an ongoing annual presentation? I know there were a lot of questions.
So your question is how was it received by the people that have attended, the ones that have already been? Is that your question? John,
Absolutely.
John, do you want to answer that?
Am I coming?
No, is that better? Is that better? Hear how you felt. Did you understand what was presented so that we can have transparent communications between the administration and you? So does that answer your question?
So you're going to do that at the end of the process?
Yeah, each session. And then we plan to meet regularly with the CFO of Princeton and have this transparent communication back and forth.
Once you've gotten information from from the group that is attending, will you be feeding back? Oh, sorry. Will you be feeding it back to the Association?
As necessary, and certainly there will be subsequent meetings as long as people want to attend and see this presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, John. Newt?
My question is a simple one. What I saw that so far, the attendance was limited to a certain number,
Yes.
and it was only like 6 or 8 or
Yeah,
something.
eight people. And similar to Jacob's presentations, we want a smaller group, to sit down so we can have some nice personalized interaction. So that's by design. And we will have subsequent meetings as necessary, Newt. Yeah, good question.
It's obvious that people are very interested because we were like doubly oversubscribed for the August the 3rd one. Okay. Am I on now? Okay. There is a lot of people that are very interested because it's obvious because the August the 3rd one was doubly oversubscribed. Lorraine?
So if there's such interest, and I agree that there has been, do you have a plan to present to the whole community rather than just these groups of 8 people at a time? Because not everyone is going to be attending necessarily a small meeting, and I think the whole community would like to have some kind of synopsis of this information.
Good question. I guess that's something we should discuss and consider. Thank you.
I think that was kind of Bobby's question too, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The committee will reconsider that. Okay? Anything else? Okay, John is going to give the treasurer's report.
Okay, so moving right on, the treasurer's report. So this is a good segue. So we have 2 accounts in council. There's a general account, and then there's the employee holiday account. So 2 different checking accounts, and I reconcile them every month on Quicken. So they are reconciled, and the accounting is reported to council and to you now. So as of the end of June the 30th, in the general account, there was a balance of $13,250. I'll just round that off. And then there are different committees that have money in there. This is your money, so we take care of it. The AV committee, $4,571. Landscape, $2,930. $80 for the book club. Harmony has $1,049. Contingency, $3,149. That's money that the council has available for its use at its discretion. Library, $1,000. JP Birdies, birders. Cute little birdies. $112 for the birds. Hospitality, $357. So that's the total, 13,000 plus. The employee holiday account has $10,737. Why is there that much in there? Well, after the deadline for contributions, people still contribute money, and there may be some checks that are voided. So we have a nice amount to start next year. And again, just this is committees. This is your money. So please, if you want to spend it, if you're thinking, let's do this or let's do that in our committee, chairman, let me know. Give me a receipt for money that you spend so I can reimburse you. So it's there for you to use, not for us just to sit on it. Questions?
Can I elaborate, please, on this finance?
Melissa,
Yes.
please.
Hi, I'm Melissa. So there was no sign up for August 3rd and August 28th for the finances of Jenner's Pond. But you are still able to sign up, which is ridiculous. But so I called Go Icon. They're going to try and work on this to where there is no way to do that unless I post it that way. So whoever signed up yesterday, the reason why it showed canceled, because the only way I can take anybody off is to delete the thing. You will not go to the 28th one in August because that's full as well. They've been full since July. That's why it was never a sign up for those, for any in August. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so I just wanted to make that clear that you will not go to the 28th one. Okay, you'll have to sign up when it comes up in September, but they are going quick. So that's what's going to happen. Does that help anybody?
So,
Like, for example, Christmas in July on Friday coming up. There's 2 people that signed up for that. There was no sign up for that. So I know that sounds terrible, but unfortunately, that's the way the system is. And I don't know how to stop it, but I am having Go Icon try and work that out to prevent this from happening.
Melissa, if I may, so
Yes.
people that will be attending August the 3rd, how do they know who they
They've
are?
already been on that list. It's still happening.
How do,
The 8 people that are on the list in the sign-up book are already on that list, or already for that session.
so
There
they,
is-
they will be attending that?
So
Absolutely.
Melissa, what you're saying is the only way you can sign up for those is in the book. You cannot do it on the
wait
portal.
list. That's it.
Okay, so
You
the,
go on the wait list, and then for, say, September, everybody on the wait list for the August sessions, I will call you and see if you want to attend the September, the 2 in September that'll come up, which in turn is going to make September's full again. You know, and so it's a lot. There's a lot of people that is really interested in this. You know, so I don't know how else to do this.
John, but it seems to me that when you look at the fact that every one of these sessions is being sold out, and you have 3 and 4 and 5 ahead, and you still can't get in, we're looking at the last person going into next year before they can hear this presentation. If ever there was a case to be made for doing this in front of the whole association, this is it. Don't you think?
That's a good point, and certainly we need to talk about that.
the chairperson for that
You know,
committee
so-
is John Steichen, and unfortunately, he's away this week. So they'll have to meet and come up with a
Yeah,
plan.
yes, we need to review that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So I hope that helps everyone.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
I just want to make sure they weren't missing one. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for John on the treasurer's report? Okay. Inga's going to give the facilities update.
Thank you. Facilities update. Dryer vent cleaning has been scheduled for all the cottages and will begin on August 5th. This will be performed by an outside contractor, ServPro. The apartments have not yet been scheduled, but dryer vent cleaning will occur annually. Window cleaning in the apartments will begin on August 3rd. The window cleaning will be completed by Southampton. Maintenance will coordinate with housekeeping, and housekeeping will clean your balcony, sliding glass doors, and any balcony windows. A painter has been hired, a full-time painter, Raymond, I don't have his last name, has been hired, and he actually started this last Monday. He's working in Ruston on painting the hallways there right now, and as soon as that's done, he'll start on the backlog of work orders. working from the oldest through to the newest. A temporary second full-time painter also will be hired. The interviews are being conducted this week. I believe this was mentioned last month, but there will be a checklist for the preventive maintenance that will be done in spring and fall. That'll be implemented with the fall preventive maintenance, and the checklist will show what procedures have been performed in your cottage or apartment and the date that they are done. So you will have that record. Parking lot striping, line striping. Quotes are being collected now. This is for the apartment lots and the Ruston and the Preston lots. It'll be not just the striping, of course, but the handicap markings and the reserved markings also. Maintenance also has purchased materials to self-perform lot striping as needed. Driveway sealing for cottages, that is being requested to be included in next year's budget. It won't be done this year. Apartment gutters. They're planning to get an outside contractor to clean the gutters, and a request for proposal is in process now. Cottage downspouts and pop-up valves. The need to clean these has been recognized by facilities. Victor has been assigned to plan this project and to implement it. I don't have a date when he actually will start it, but he is looking and planning it right now. Statistics. I'm sorry, I don't have any for you this month. I was unable to get them in time, but we will have them next month. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I'm Karen Skirl of 429. I have a concern. We had an electrical issue that was critical, could be fire causing, and I submitted a work order, and over a week, nothing happened, so I went back and checked work orders, and it was marked completed. Well, nobody came out and checked it, and so I contacted Denise and wrote her a whole email about it, and she did finally change it. Now, I understand we've been going since 7 o'clock this morning, but I understand they're starting to work on that in our storm door. What concerns me is why was it marked completed when nobody even came to look at it? I mean, we have no power in our garage. It's due to the outside outlet. I mean, you get water and electricity does not mix, and that was our big problem. And that was upsetting to me because I have seen a fire from water getting into electricity. So why was it marked completed? Does anybody know?
I do not know. I don't think Glenn knows, but we will find out for you and get back. That has been a problem in the past with work orders being marked completed before they really are. Usually the problem has been that the in-house work has been completed, but maybe there's an outside contractor or vendor that hasn't completed their work. We've talked about this every month. I don't know. I'll find out why yours was marked. That is a critical issue.
Just on that note as well, if for any reason you have a work order that's been marked completed and you don't feel it's completed, please email me. Big or small, okay? Because I know this is an ongoing issue, so I want to take them case by case and get an answer for it. So any work order that is marked completed that is not actually completed, please let me know, okay? So thank you.
So my question has to do with gutters. I have a raised sunroom, as do you, Inga, and the gutters over that sunroom have never, ever been cleaned. And with the downpour that we had just yesterday, they were just overflowing. So is that going to be addressed?
Okay, that's a cottage. Okay. Have you turned a work order in for that, Lorraine? Okay. I would suggest that you turn a work order in for that, because what I was talking about was the apartment gutters. Turn a work order in and we'll follow up. I'll probably turn one in too. Thanks.
Okay. There's talk about drainage issues around Ellison. I offer the thought that the drainage issues around Crowell are nearly crisis at this level. We're with the downspouts at 08. It just is a flood every day, every rain. The whole thing has been it's wet front and back, north and south. I think most people understand there's a problem, but we're going to have to do something, or pretty soon the rots, the money that was spent on the 06 tower will look like chicken feed compared to having to do the whole north side. What I did send 2 work orders through, and they were not marked completed. They were marked, what was it? Anyway, discarded. They were canceled.
Okay, I was just told that they're looking at the Crowell gutters this week.
There's a serious problem at 08.
Yeah. I agree.
I have a question that's completely unrelated to maintenance, so I don't know whether this is good, but it is something that maintenance would be, I think, doing. More and more of the cars that are being purchased are electric, and there are people in not only cottages but apartments that could really use some charging stations around the parking lots. So that would be a maintenance thing. It would be easy to do, and it would be an incentive for new residents as well. And it is the wave of the future, whether right now or down the road. But if you're not going to have a garage to use to develop a electrical circuit, having one around campus would really be useful. Just saying.
That's a good point. I appreciate that. I'll put that to the list for talking to Sodexo. It is becoming more and more of a thing. So, yep. I believe someone on the resident council just got an electric car. But that's what I heard.
Does anyone have any other questions for Inga? Thank you. Jacob, technology.
All right, so quickly, I'm just going to run through workshops for next month before we get to the Comcast stuff. So on the 5th at 2 p.m., I'm going to be having kind of an open hour for bill-based questions, not your Dinner's Pond bill, but like if you have a Comcast, Verizon, kind of like online payment issue. I've been getting a lot of these recently. On the 5th at 2 p.m., if you have that, feel free to bring the bill down and we'll talk through it. It may be a situation where you need to like call whoever the bill is with, but I can tell you exactly what you would need to be telling them to correct. On the 12th at 2 p.m., we're going to have a portal workshop, basically kind of like we've done in the past, standard portal training. If you have questions or things wrong with your account, or you're not sure how something works, that's going to be the time for you. That one, I'm going to have signups for, but it is a little bit more open, so feel free to come even if you're not signed up for that. We're going to start with those who do sign up for it. On the 19th at 1 p.m. down here in the theater, we're going to be doing internet security, because I haven't done a security workshop in a while. Talking about ways to stay safe when you're browsing the internet, what's commonly happening in terms of scams and other security issues right now. And then on the 26th at 2 p.m., we're going to be talking about the new Comcast remote that if you don't already have, you're going to be getting over the next 2 weeks. Any questions about that stuff? Yeah.
Jacob, I have Verizon, but I'd like to add Comcast to One TV.
Sure.
How do I go about getting the new setup?
So I'll just roll into talking about how this Comcast box replacement's going / is going to continue to go. So starting yesterday morning into today, Comcast has been up in both Preston and Ruston. Today we're in Preston, yesterday we were in Ruston, doing box replacements for all the cable boxes and all of the rooms over there. We've been taking all the old ones and putting in their new, like, X1 box is what it's called. Basically, if you don't have one of the new boxes, over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be replacing your box. We're doing it systematically by apartment building and then street. So what's going to happen is I'm going to reach out to you to confirm either that you'll be there on the day we're planning to get to your building or street, or if we have permission to enter. Now, I can't tell you what time we're going to be there. We're just processing along. As we complete each unit, we go to the next one. So in terms of timing, we're starting at the low number and moving towards high numbers. But the most I can tell you is, like, if you have a low number, we'll probably get to you in the morning. If you have a high number, it'll probably be in the afternoon on your day. But our intention is to do it all, each location, in a full day. We've been moving along pretty smoothly at this point for the box replacements. I would expect we're able to get through an apartment building or a street in a day. Before we get out to you, so once I've told you what day we're going to be in your area, I do request you know where your cable boxes are. You don't have to do anything with them, but it'll make the process go smoother if you know these 2 TVs have cable boxes attached to them. Now, if you would like both Verizon and a TV that's running Comcast, when we get to you, we'll have to test this, but to my knowledge, every unit, a cottage, is supposed to have Comcast actively going to it, just waiting to be connected cabling-wise. So when we get to you, I'll talk with the technician about what that process looks like. And maybe we have to come back to you on a later day because they need extra equipment that they're not going to have with them at that time. Cottages, I'll just give a fair warning. There might be some slower processing there just because, one, a lot of you have 2 boxes in your cottages. Most of the apartments have 1 to 2. Some of you in cottages have 3 boxes. So just be aware cottages might be a little bit slower. But I'll let you know beforehand of the day, and I'll send out a reminder day of that we're coming to your area. And I'll try to update throughout the day if things are going slower. I don't expect them to go significantly faster.
I wanted to ask you, are we able to cast movies and create courses to Ruston through this?
Alongside of Comcast, JPTV, as Brandon said, is going to be able to be working again. Through JPTV, that's our in-house channel. That's going to still be, for those of you who were here then, on channel 1970. So once you get the new box, you'll be able to go to channel 1970 to watch whatever we're broadcasting over that. That's going to, throughout probably, I would say, 80% of the day, just be running essentially a PowerPoint with all of, like, our flyers, notifications on what's happening on campus, that sort of thing. When we hold events, that if it's something we are just recording but not live streaming, some of those events will end up being shown on the on JPTV. There will be an announcement saying, hey, this will broadcast at this time on JPTV. For live streamed events, the intention is for all of those live streamed events, they'll also show on JPTV. What recorded events we do, though, is going to be a case-by-case basis. In terms of showing courses or movies, Again, that's going to be case by case. I won't say at this moment we're going to do this, but anytime something will be broadcasting over JPTV, you'll be notified. There'll be either an announcement of a calendar for the events for that week, or some form of notification will come out to you telling you when it's showing on the channel. All right, any other questions?
There seemed to be a glitch in the work order thing, and that when it doesn't recognize any of the apartments at all right now. So something's got moved to the wrong file or something. I don't know.
Doesn't recognize the apartment's house how?
Right. Oh, I type in 3308, and it comes down and says that's other. And so I put in 3308 down below, and if I go to the drop-down list, it's hundreds of other things and no apartments at all.
For the work order system?
Well, that's how I got into it, yeah.
Okay, let's talk afterwards.
Okay. It's crazy.
Okay, this is about JPTV.
Sure.
It seems to me that it would be possible to stream an awful lot of stuff that's already available on the internet through JPTV, TED Talks and concerts and things like that. Are you the one that's going to post those things, or is there going to be a way for residents to say, how about doing this, or?
At the start, it'll be me, just until we've ironed out how we want the whole process to go. Due to how we manage the system, it'll always be a staff member that needs to handle the uploading and calendar side of it. Once I've ironed out all the kinks and I'm happy with how we can kind of show anything we want to show, my plan is to start working with residents. I'll say tentatively form a committee to decide what events we would like that are pre-recorded things like TED Talks or other, sort of the same way we handle movies, talking about what we want to show as extracurricular viewing on it.
Well, right, and the point is, if you can do that far enough in advance, you can actually put out a monthly schedule of all the things, from 9 to 10 is this, from noon to, anyhow, just saying.
That's something I definitely am looking towards doing. Right now, I just want to make sure it's all up and running correctly, and then my goal is to get to that point.
So if I could, because I'm excited about JPTV as well. Like Jacob said, the main priority right now is getting the cable boxes installed and good to go. But new Jenner's Pond television is so much better than old Jenner's Pond television. And the old JPTV, whatever you had running was the only thing you could watch. Now with the new system, we can modify different TV screens. And I'll give you a good example. When you walk into Allison, there's that TV right there. Well, say we're playing a movie. You don't really want a movie playing on that TV when you walk in. We can modify different TVs to show different things. Right now in Ruston, the residents watching the association meeting, they see on the majority of the screen, they see all of us having this meeting. But at the bottom of it, they get to see the weather. To the right of it, currently they're seeing a baseball schedule because Jacob loves baseball, and we're working on this. But we want to tailor the TVs throughout the community to reflect what you need to see. In the cafe, that TV that's never on, we could have that on to show the activities that are going on through the day. When you come into Jenner's Pond to Allison, same thing. We can have informational stuff there, but then when you go around to the bistro side, we can have more entertainment stuff. So the sky is really the limit, and we're excited to do it. And I'm glad you brought up people's input into the TV, because you have staff and residents that you tell them about it, and it's staff look at us like a deer in headlights, like, how are we going to do this? And we said Jacob is going to teach us all. So it's exciting. We've been talking about this for 7 months, so we're excited to show you what it has to offer. It sounds better. Yeah.
I just have a question, and if you don't, I'm assuming we use Verizon, but we totally just stream. We don't have any of the regular channels. How is that going to affect us in any way?
So for JPTV, anything we're putting on it will be available online outside of if we decide to do any streaming of movies. just because we can't put like links to stream movies over the internet, right? Like I couldn't embed that in the portal. That gets legally complicated. But for anything we do in-house, that would be available on the portal the same way you can right now view the live streams or recordings of events we have. And then for anything else we do that's like a pre-recorded thing that we're showing, once we have a sort of calendar set up of when things are going to show, that'll include the name of what we're showing, which we'll let you go find that somewhere else. There's no way for us to like create a digital version of what we're always showing on that channel. But anything we're showing on that channel exists digitally and will be accessible.
It'll just be learning how to access it.
Yeah, most of it's
Okay.
going to be like YouTube links that we already do through the portal right now. So.
Jacob, she could also just have a Verizon box.
Yeah, so once we figure out our exact method for how we do Verizon and Comcast, because I know it is possible, you could do that as well if you want to, because there's no charge there. Yeah, if you want Comcast box, there's no charge there. Same with the HD basic cable television.
Jacob, I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
So if I go home and I put 1970 on, is there going to be something on?
Yes.
Like the weather and
it's
the
going to say like the
baseball?
weather at the bottom, and then there's a couple of things that rotate, and then there's baseball scores on the right.
Okay.
That's going to change.
Okay.
That's been my placeholder because those change every day.
Okay.
So I'm able to.
So that's
know
cool. And then I have a question for our people that are over in Preston and Ruston watching. It's come to my attention that we have some residents over there that, for whatever reason, are not able to access the portal and they want to be able to access the portal. Could you do a portal thing over there for them so that they could access the portal?
We've been talking about wanting to do much more with the portal over there, so that'll
Okay.
be a great way to start.
Thank you. Thank you.
Other questions? All right. Thank you all.
It's just brought to my attention that I forgot to add one of our reports, the safety report. Bob Franks is going to give the safety report.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Our safety committee would like to recognize those residents in our community that ask thoughtful questions and provide helpful information. And there are quite a few of them that do that. But the one topping the list recently is Ann Adams. So we'd like to point out that we'd like to thank Ann for pointing out quite a few safety concerns and appreciate her contribution as well as anyone else. If you can come to us, anybody on the committee with a safety concern, and we'll look into it. We tracked the incidents here, and for last month since we've started, we have 24, completed 9, and pending 15. One of the things that was mentioned a little bit earlier is that things seem to get closed out when they're not finished. That happens to the safety items as well. And it looks to me like it was a process issue where when the facilities people had to give it to a third party like a contractor or Verizon or Comcast, they closed it out because it was off their desk. Brandon assures me that's going to stop. Am I getting them? Okay.
Please email me.
Okay.
Each time.
An example of that would be utility boxes. There are at least 3 and probably a lot more with lids that are broken and somebody could fall into them. And that was identified as a Verizon issue and turned over to Verizon. And to my knowledge, that's not been fixed yet. Brandon talked about the radar speed sign arrived and will be installed. And we put a newsletter together for Splash every issue. The last one had, and the next one will have one as well. I'd like to remind people that if you want to turn in an item for safety, you can do it on the portal, just like a facilities ticket. And when you do the drop down, you type in safety. It's already there. You just check the box for safety. If you're not a portal person, you can use a physical form, which we made and Diana has at her desk. And you can also just call directly to Denise on 610-869-6744. Colin? Get that? Okay. I need to dress appropriately for this next part.
Is that it?
Neuropathy is terrible. Okay. I want to speak today on a critical topic that affects the well-being of every single person in our community, and that's road safety. Since no safety apparel whatsoever. The stretch from the west building around the curve to Greenbrier is a disaster waiting to happen, and there are others. This theme has been repeated to me since we began the safety committee by quite a few people, not just the dog walkers. This resident's observation highlights a stark reality. As a community, council has taken active steps to address concerns. We've posted a lowered speed limit of 15 miles per hour, installed high visibility radar sign, we will have installed it, and regularly run educational safety articles in Splash. However, the physical reality of our neighborhood, having no dedicated sidewalks, means that drivers and walkers are sharing the exact same asphalt. Engineering and administrative controls can only go so far. To truly prevent a tragedy, we need everyone to actively participate. One of the missing pieces of the puzzle is individual accountability. Taking initiative for your own safety does not require major investment or an unreasonable effort. For example, our resident-run thrift shop, the Heron's Nest, stocks highly visible safety vests for $4. That is less than the cost of a cup of coffee to ensure a driver can see you from hundreds of feet away. Therefore, our message today is simple. If you walk our roads, please take safety into your own hands. Walk against traffic so you can see oncoming vehicles. Carry a flashlight at dusk or dawn, and stop by the community gift shop and grab a $4 vest. Let's work together and look out for each other and keep the roads of Jenner's Pond safe for everybody. I'd like to also thank Kathy Goldstone for taking care of the vests at the Heron's Nest. And she also informs me that for the dog walkers, there's a neckerchief for dogs. I don't know what the price is, but it can't be much. So you want one for your dog, you want one for yourself, Heron's Nest will be able to give it to you. That's it.
Thank you, Bob. Does anyone have any questions for Bob? Dwayne?
I have a comment. As the person who lives on the curve between West and going uphill on Greenbrier, I really appreciate your slowing down. Even my rear camera doesn't pick you up because you're probably on the other side of that pine tree going 30, 40 miles an hour, and by the time you get around, my car's halfway out, now I'm picking you up, and hopefully you're able to stop. So that's a personal plea, and probably Ellie has the same thing because we both share the cottage roof there. But please slow down on that curve. Coming up, there is no chance for us to see you at the very bottom, so we itch our way out and then finally make a go for it.
Good point. Mary Lou?
I have one comment. As the days get shorter into fall, I think the Heron's Nest also has some head lights that are very helpful for visibility. It helps you see and it helps drivers see you.
We have those, and we have had for a while. If you will ask somebody behind the counter about their location, they'll point them out.
Thank you. Lynn?
that curve is a perfect place for a speed bump. I see them a lot of places on campus where they're a pain in the neck, but that would be a really good place to slow people up. And my other question is, does the new sign collect any data on, no, that's a shame. Does it have a flash so people think we're taking pictures?
That was the same question I was going to ask.
I tried to get the one with data because I'm a data-oriented person, but it wasn't in the budget.
I think we'll take a look at the new one we have and go from there. You know, we'll see what benefit it has. We'll see, you know, if we put too many out there, is that so let's see how this first one goes, and we'll circle back if we could. Thank you. I know I saw the data ones too. They are cool, but okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Len, for your information, there is a speed bump at the end of the curve between our cottage and if you would go to the wood shop. So the trucks are coming around, and all of a sudden they got to slam on the brakes to get over that, or people coming down do that. It makes it nice and noisy. It keeps me awake from my nap. But I don't think you can put another one in 50 feet. Maybe you could, but.
Heron's Nest report, Pat Johnson.
I have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we have another question?
It might help everybody to know at one time we did have a resident fatality because she was wearing dark clothing and people did not see her. And it was at the top of the Greenbrier coming in. So fatalities have happened here.
Okay, Pat.
Good morning again. It's great to see so many of us survived last month's outbreak of the semi-quincentennial fever. Congratulations. If you appreciate a bargain, you'll want to check out the Heron's Nest's upcoming sale. Cards, jewelry, and accessories and general merchandise will appear on a table in the middle of the store on Sunday, August 16th. The sale will run to the end of the month. Questions?
Thank you, Pat. Moving into the club and committee reports, Lynn is going to give the employee scholarship report.
Wait till it's over, and it's Len, not lead. As we said, we want to get the lead out. I hope everyone has seen or was attending the scholarship award ceremony Saturday. It was a really glorious event. There were 32 very happy young people, some of them not so young, but 32 people, each of which qualified for scholarships of up to $5,000, which is really fantastic. I just want to make sure that you understand that every dollar that's donated to the scholarship fund goes to scholarships. We have no overhead. We don't pay ourselves nearly enough, which is zero. The Simpson Foundation supports us to a fare thee well. They take care of all of the printing of the brochures. Dining is very generous. They provide all of the refreshments. So when you give $1 to the scholarship fund, you are giving $1 to a scholarship. I want to make sure you understand. If you haven't seen the award ceremony, I would urge you to go to the portal and click on the link for the recording. We had some fabulous speakers, and you really should listen to them. Don't listen to the MC. Coming up, now that we have used all our money to provide scholarships, we have new scholarship requirements coming up for next year, and we are going to be asking for donations a lot. You've been unbelievably generous in the past. Generosity keeps growing, and we hope that that trend continues. And there will be new opportunities for donation recognitions coming up, and we'll provide more information in the future. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much, and you can give yourselves a real round of applause for your generosity. It's been fantastic.
Lynn, I just looked at the agenda and I'm like, what is he talking about lead? And it's like, that was my mistake. I apologize. Hospitality report, Nancy Bolden.
Sorry, I'm guilty of no name tag today. I am very happy to introduce to you two of our newest residents, Janet and John Shaw. If you could stand and look at everybody, that would be great. Back that way. They've been here since June, and they call 314 Greenbrier home. So welcome.
Thank you, Nancy. John Grimm is going to give Maury's pub report.
Everybody hear me? Merry Christmas. Yes. Maury's annual Christmas in July is coming up this Friday. So I hope everybody's going to be there. Rich and Kaz are going to help me lead a sing-along of all of our favorite fun Christmas carols. These are the stuff that you're not going to hear at church. So we're going to do this fun stuff like Frosty and Rudolph, the good ones. I will make punch again. It will have some punch to it. I might do some without, but and we will have Christmas cookies. Maury's is welcoming a new activity. On Friday mornings, Jean McClellan is going to be holding a conversational Spanish class. I think this is just going to be an exercise in talking Spanish to each other, and Jean's leading it. In August, Max and Denise are coming back, Pete Smyser's coming back, and Sean Riley's coming back. And I hope all of you remember last summer when Dan Murphy came out and he did a silent movie. He's going to do it again, but I don't have a date yet. He's young, he's hard to get hold of, and we just have to work our calendars together. On Wednesday the 19th, Maury's bartenders are going to be serving the sales event. So I hope everybody comes out and warmly welcomes any potential new residents and enjoys a drink and enjoys the wonderful snacks that sales provides for us. In the future, what I'm working on. If you remember, we had a Meet Your Medics Day. Well, we're going to do it again. I don't know exactly when, because we're going to work the scheduling with Medic 94 so that it will be a different crew. They're on a rotating schedule, so the guys that we had first time, we're going to have new people the next time. Also, Monday, we had Evan Gruber from Old Stone Cider. Did all of the negotiating and setting this up through email. I just knew the guy's name. He walked in, he looked at me and says, "I know you." Well, I've been around. And I said, "I don't think I know you." And he said, "Were you ever in Boy Scouts?" I said, "Yes, I was a troop leader for Troop 13. He said, "I was in Troop 13. So this 13-year-old kid is now about 30 years old, and he came out and served a cider. And he says he'll come back sometime probably next spring, because right now he's coming into apple harvesting, and he's really busy. So that's what's going on at Maury's. Anybody have a question? Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, I did have Bob Frank's safety on here. I just had him in a different place. So obviously I had issues doing the agenda last night.
I'm going to do it twice.
So does anyone have any old business? Any new business? Okay, then we will adjourn the meeting, and the next one will be on Wednesday, August the 26th. $11:15.